Raven here.
Starfire.
That was a really...
It's pausing a lot, and I have every computer, so I don't know why it's doing that.
Anyways, we're gonna review Supergirl!
Season 4, Episode 4, Ahimsa?
However the hell you say it.
Yeah.
I thought it was a pretty decent episode.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. I thought she was dead long time ago.
Oh, Fiona?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought she was too. That's why I was like, why are they still talking about her?
Right? I kind of thought that maybe the slug they were using was gonna be like all that was left of her. But
yeah. I just think it makes me like, I can't when it goes into their ear. It just creeps me out.
Yeah. But what did you think of the rest of the...
I mean, I liked it. I was like, really with... I mean, they're just trying to find more and more ways to scare people with the aliens, and they're trying to just be as bad as they can be and eradicate aliens from the world. I understand why Alex got upset about it with Supergirl, because she has a lot on her shoulders since she's running the DEO now.
And the president just totally bitched at her.
Yeah, and so she literally is stressing so much, and she has so many responsibilities, and if anything happens to Supergirl, she's liable for that. So, I mean, I can understand why she didn't want her to help for that reason.
Why she didn't want her to help. I mean, yeah, she was worried about her sister and survival. But the president gave her strict orders not to let her out of the base.
Yeah, so that was the way that she came at her, and she's just like, you have to follow my orders, and you have to do this, because if something happens to you, I'm responsible.
Anything else?
I mean, just Jean and, him thinking that, I don't know, he was going through a lot in this episode, but I'm glad that he was able to help Fiona's fiance, Manchester Black, connect with her, because that gave him some information.
Yeah.
And then, Brainiac just stopping his crying. I was like, you can't just be like, oh, throw everything into a box and be like, okay, I'm fine now. I mean, I guess you can, but it's not that simple sometimes.
Yeah, I thought it was an okay episode. I knew the second that she had phone call from president and whatever, that this president was going to be total dickwad, and I legitimately have nothing nice to say about him, and so I feel like if I talked about my feelings about this guy, that this entire video would only be full of cuss words, because that's all I feel for him.
I just laugh.
So,
because I want to see you actually do that, because you never do on here.
I have to completely just ignore the fact that he exists right now, which is really hard, because my anger for him is that much. But Guardian is being praised as a roach
hater.
I'm
like, what? I didn't even realize he was out there helping them.
He's the one that rode in on the motorcycle.
Oh, okay. Because they were all wearing black, though, so I was like, I thought that might have been Alex or somebody.
He gave Nia the look as he walked
I
out
didn't
the door.
see his shield.
He doesn't use it when he's on the bike.
But even when he was off of it, I didn't see it.
Well, it's part of his armor. So he only brings it out when he needs it.
For some reason, I just didn't realize that it was him.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't know. I find the whole political shitstorm, annoying, and I'm done giving. I don't care about any of the They're going to arrest me. Oh no, I'm gonna go out anyways. Oh no, look, I'm being framed as some speciesist freaktard. Like, what the? I don't care. I'm done caring. Like, I feel like they've played this anti-alien thing too much in the past, and I'm done giving two shits.
Yeah, I feel like they're just amplifying it this season.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, yeah, it's always been there, but it's like amplified right now.
Yeah.
Because Liberty is all about ending aliens and just having it be all human.
Mhm. And I don't know, it's just getting to me because Supergirl's supposed to be kind of fun and whatever, and I'm not having fun.
I feel like, not all of them, but I feel like a couple of them are going a lot darker.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't watch Arrow, but from that trailer that I saw for Monday, I was like, damn.
Oh, yeah. Last week, Arrow purposely got himself thrown into, like, the Supermax part of the prison. Like, there's no way out except through a body bag part of the prison. So
I was like, what the heck is going on?
That's getting darker.
But Arrow's always been a little bit on the dark side. I mean, yeah, there's been some humor and stuff, but it's always been more geared towards that.
Mm-hmm.
And Soup is fun, but Supergirl has a tendency to deal with relevant or current affairs within, our country or society or whatever.
Social status.
So they focus on that side of it more. And then the Flash, deals with personal things too.
And
but
it's more comedy.
Yeah, relief and stuff.
Yeah.
And the personal things they deal with are more geared towards like family and internal issues and personal things they're going through individually and stuff like that. Whereas Supergirl is more external.
Yeah.
And then Legends, of course, is just all around fun.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm actually kind of with you on some of it with Supergirl too, because it's like they can only go so. How far are they really going to be able to go with this thing? I mean, the bad guys are going to die eventually. They're not going to be able to completely succeed with the plan that they're trying to do because it's Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Oh, these guys will be out probably by the end of the mid-season.
Yeah.
Like, Liberty and this whole arc is not going to last the entire season.
Oh yeah, I know that.
What the season arc really is Red Daughter and that storyline with the Russian Supergirl.
Mm-hmm.
That's the overarching, I guess you can say, villain this season is this impending threat that we know is out there, but that no one else knows.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, I think her presence is going to be felt, and maybe there'll be a small confrontation, but I don't think they're going to start fighting and butting heads. If they do a storyline properly with Red Daughter, and give us an actual story that matters, because it's already, like, by the time Liberty's story's over, it'll be half a season. If they give Red Daughter the show that she deserves, it's going to go into next season.
Yeah.
And the overarching thing for, like, the last half of this season is going to be more like there's something out there, but we don't know what. And then it's revealed at the season finale, and then, well, revealed to Supergirl in America, in the world, I guess. And then for next season, it's how do we stop this? How do we deal with it? How are we going to be okay with it?
Yeah.
Is it, like, because it's Russia, I mean, you have to go back to the Cold War.
Right. And I feel like
with two Supergirls, one on both sides, is going to be another Cold War.
Right. And I feel like, you know, that just goes back to what they're dealing with currently. They're bringing in all of the political, historical, like, things in, because we've always had some type of fear and, like, stuff with Russia. Like, whether it's been the nuclear stuff or the Red Scare with communists. So, you know, like you were saying, where there's this threat, but, like, not everyone knows about it. Like, they feel its presence, but, like, not everybody knows. That's kind of how they are. Like, you know that they're doing something behind the scenes, but you don't know necessarily what they're doing.
Right.
So, and it's just kind of always been like that. So, yeah.
They're really playing into the stereotype of what us modern children think of, like, the history and how we interpreted it.
Right.
And I think for the Cold War aspect that I see coming, I think that might be actually pretty interesting, because that's not current.
Yeah, it's not.
And I think that's what's bugging me right now, is that we're dealing with all this current crap that's going on right now, and like, we're already inundated with, like, everything, especially since it's voting season. I'm so done with everything.
Oh, I'm so done with it too. Like, I just want the commercials to go away. Like, I just want the results to be in. I want us to find out who's gonna be in and just be done with it. Like, honestly.
Yeah.
I know it's important.
Point, I really don't care.
I know it's important, but, like, I just want it to be done. So.
Yeah. And, like, having to deal with the whole, like, I get where they were going, that the president was an alien, that was going to have to come out sooner or later, but did they have to reveal it, like, at the beginning of the season?
And I don't feel like they needed to make it that big of a deal. I mean, honestly, people, it's in season 4, like, people had been living with aliens in their world for 3 seasons.
That does not matter. It was the president of the United States, and that's what matters.
Yeah.
If it was the secretary, the chief of staff, who the hell gives a crap? I mean, people would care, yeah.
But it wouldn't be as bad.
It's not the one and only position in the entire United States that has to be held by a United States natural-born citizen.
Yeah.
Which obviously an alien is not.
Right.
I mean, okay, some of them are now, but not back when she became president. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. I mean, there's been enough time for these aliens to procreate, but...
I mean, I understand, like, people that are against things like that and anti-alien and all that, they always capitalize on things like that to to elicit fear in people. And that's what Liberty and his crew are doing. They're trying to elicit fear in the people because of aliens.
See, if it wasn't for them stirring up all the fear across country, I mean, it still would have been a major
thing, still would have been bad.
And there still would have been rioting.
Eventually.
I mean, they're still gonna get over it eventually. It's only been a couple weeks.
Yeah.
But, like, it wouldn't have been, like, I think there would have been, like, slight mass hysteria at the very beginning, but it wouldn't have lasted as long as it did. And, I mean, mass hysteria is still going on. Like, because the hatred was already being riled up, and then this happened, the hatred just got, like, it just impounded more.
Mm-hmm.
And so now there's even more hatred because this was...
Yeah, because they took
mm-hmm.
that and they made it bigger.
Yeah.
Than they needed to. Because, yeah, like you were saying, it was bad. She's an alien. She's not a natural-born citizen. She's not human. But it wouldn't have been as bad to the extent that they're making it.
Although, technically speaking, I don't know if there's... I don't recall that the president has to be human. Just, you know.
A natural-born citizen?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we're not careful, one day we could have an alien, like, outer space alien as the United States president.
I mean,
I don't think
we still haven't had a woman president.
No, but we've come close, and our options weren't good, but we've come close. And frankly, I don't want one.
Why?
Because I don't. It's just my stance on things. But, yeah. I mean, if the opponent is bad, then I'd definitely vote for the girl if there was, you know.
Right.
If she was the last option. But, anyways, the show is good. Her dying at the end, what's her name again?
Fiona.
Yeah, I knew it started with an F. With Fiona dying at the end, it was sad, but I thought she died when Liberty jammed the sword down her back.
Obviously, she was going to die anyway because of the severity of what happened.
Yeah.
And now
I don't know how they kept her alive so long.
I don't either. Probably with the parasite thing. And now her fiance wants revenge.
Yeah. Even though she promise me you won't.
So
he did not promise. So he's not breaking his promise because he didn't promise.
Yeah.
But I want to talk about that slug again.
Okay.
Because I said something at the end that you did not understand.
I didn't.
She doesn't know what Animorphs is, guys.
No, I don't.
She doesn't know the classic story of Animorphs. And it kills my heart.
I'm not as much of a comic nerd or
It's not a comic, it's a book.
Well, I didn't read the book. That's why I don't know.
It was in the same section as the Boxcar Children.
Well, I didn't read the Boxcar Children. I read Babysitter's Club.
It's in the same section.
But I didn't read those.
I know, but you could have seen them. But I think they were closer probably to Hank the Cow Dog.
What?
It's another series. But, I mean, I don't know. Whatever. Now I'm picturing my elementary school library.
The main books I read, then was, Babysitter's Club. I read some Nancy Drew. I read, the Little House books. I didn't read, a lot of other children's
I didn't read Animorphs until after until I was in high school. I didn't read Animorphs until then. No, actually, I was a junior high. Sorry. But anyways, the Animorphs, it was even a short-lived TV show. got canceled.
So was, like, Babysitter's Club and Sweet Valley High and
Yes,
all that stuff.
but the guy who played the ice guy in X-Men, Bobby, he was in it, and he was the main guy.
Nice. I haven't seen X-Men either.
The original X-Men.
Yeah, no. You know
the first one with Hugh Jackman.
You know this. I have said I have not seen any of the X-Men movies.
When did you say... Okay,
I have told you that.
Off topic.
I have told you that.
I don't remember this conversation.
Well, I have.
This saddens my heart.
I'm sorry.
I lived off that movie.
I'm sorry. I will watch them.
Oh, that movie sustained me for years. The first one. Anyways, basically, I said they went all Animorphs on us because, as we all know, us 90s children who have read the books and watched the show, the slugs that are the villains of the story. Technically, they're gray slugs, and I picture them much larger than that. But kind of like the glow a little bit.
Okay.
And they slither into the ear, and they possess the person. And they're conquering the world.
I mean, there's been other things that have done, like, the thing in the ear where they control them, like, in Wrath of Khan. That's why the ear thing was, like, bothered me, because they stuck a slug-type thing in, like, Chekhov's ear. And he was being controlled, like, mind-controlled.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, because it slithered in there the way it did, it made me picture the... I forgot what they called those pools in Animorphs. It was called Yorks. And I think Yorks, right? They're spelt weird, and that's how I said it. And the little gray slugs, they go into this, like, weird sludge, and they eat. And then their host is put in a gel cell or whatever, and then their head is pushed close to the pool, and then the slug goes back into them. So I have a picture of what it, like, in my head of what it looks like when the slug ekes its way out, and then when the slug pushes its way back in.
See, I wasn't into that kind of stuff when I was a kid. I'm more into that stuff now than I was then.
Yeah.
That's why I never read them.
No, when I was a kid, I was reading, like, Boxcar Children, Hank the Cow Dog.
But I mean, like, even when I was in, like, middle school, like, I wasn't...
Stuff.
The first time I saw Back to the Future, I was in, like, 7th or 8th grade.
Oh.
So...
That's old.
It's not old.
To see the movie, I saw it when I was younger.
So, I mean, I was, like, 13. So, you know, a lot of that stuff I didn't get into until more recently.
Yeah.
Till, like, middle school, high school, and then, like, college. So, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly can say that I wasn't even into superhero stuff until, like, probably when this first Spider-Man movies came out. And the first one came out when we were, like, what, 8?
I don't know, because I do not like those movies.
I mean, I can probably say Iron Man was what kind of really got me into seeing them more. So, like, because after that, I saw pretty much all the superhero movies up to that point, except for, like, the Hulk movie, because no. Yeah, so I didn't start getting into that stuff till, like, recently. Like, within the last maybe 10, 12 years.
Yeah. Well.
So.
And Fiona's boyfriend,
Fiance?
Yeah, fiance.
Manchester Black?
Yeah. I know there's a reason why his name sounds familiar.
Well, he's probably from Manchester, England. That's why. And he's black, so Manchester black.
I mean, that could be it. But
I mean, that's the obvious reason that I came up with.
But something tells me that he actually has a story.
He probably does, but I mean, his shirt had the flag of England on it, meaning he's probably from Manchester, and he's black, so he's Manchester black.
Yeah. But if you're gonna name yourself Black, then why not be Onyx Black?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to honor his country.
But
I mean, it's Supergirl. It's all about honoring your country and your heritage and your people and everything.
But I think he's got like a story somewhere.
Oh, I'm
if
sure
you guys
he does.
know who he is, other than a mercenary, if he's a mercenary, just say yes down in the comments. And if you guys know his story, let us know in the comments below and tweet at us.
Yeah. I'll just check really quick though.
Check what?
Manchester Black.
Oh. Yep. His character's not even black.
He's darker skinned.
He's darker skinned, but
is a fictional anti-hero and later a supervillain in American comic books published by DC Comics, in particular those featuring Superman.
That's why he sounded familiar.
Well, I mean, like, you know, a lot of original comic characters aren't always the color that they are in the current shows.
The West family.
You know, yeah, hence Iris. So, I mean, you know, it makes sense.
Yes.
They're bringing in more diversity, so.
Yes. So, anyway.
But yeah, I mean, he was wearing those shirts, so I was like, obviously.
Yeah. So, anyways, I thought the episode was decent overall.
Yeah.
I'm not too impressed with it.
I mean, you know, the direction they're going right now is kind of because, like, you know, we don't need that right now. We already have enough of that.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking forward to Legends tomorrow, because that'll be more fun.
Yes. Yes. So, I suppose, until next time, love yourself and be happy.